Andrew Cochran, I'm Station Manager here at Newcastle Waters. I worked for CPC for 8.5 years now. So here at Newcastle Waters, on an average day, I'm in touch with my operations manager, my head stockman, overseeing cattle operations, planning trucks, helicopters, planes for mustering and transport. CPC is a large Australian agricultural company, geographically spread between Queensland and the Northern Territory. Newcastle Waters is located in the middle of the Northern Territory, 700 k's south of Darwin, 700 k's north of Alice Springs, a bit over 1 million hectares. We're on the western edge of the Barkly Tablelands, which are highly fertile grazing country. The composite cattle that we run here at Newcastle Waters, Brahman-based herd originally, that we've introduced a lot of European and British genetics into now. We think by developing a composite breed, we're bringing the good parts of both to produce an animal that'll thrive in this environment. The cropping operation is a very minute part. It's less than 1% of our land area has been converted, but it does produce 100% of our fodder requirements for the year. On Newcastle Waters and any station for that matter, biodiversity is a very important part. You know, if you've got a healthy environment, you'll have healthy, productive cattle. So there's a lot of bird life. Migratory birds move through the lake system. Animal welfare is a very strong focus of ours. You know, we're investing heavily in water infrastructure. You know, we're investing in yard infrastructure to make stock handling safe and efficient, both for the cattle and for the people working the stock. One of the most rewarding parts of working on a station is seeing the end product that you produce. It's not a short journey. There's a lot of time invested in it. It's not for everyone, no doubt, but it's a great lifestyle.
My name's Carla Reid and I'm the station cook at Newcastle Waters. I've worked here for 2 years and this is my 3rd season. And I originally just answered a quirky ad saying it's not for the faint-hearted. My average day is not average. Getting up at 4, getting breakfast done by about 5:30. Then I start prepping for smoko at 9:30, come back at 3 and start the dinner. We get the dry stores once a month and we get the fruit and veg once a fortnight. So you've got to be able to change things. I don't do a standard menu. We're very lucky we've got really good quality beef. Everyone loves beef. I tend to go with things that I can rotate and turn into other stuff because I'm time deprived. Leftovers become lunch and smoko. You also got to think about the people that have got to go out and put their lunch in their saddlebags, and it's also got to handle the temperature here. It gets extremely hot. Yeah, you've got to look after the health of the crew. You've got to give them heaps of variety. What I love about the job would be the characters. It's just amazing seeing all these young people getting their hands dirty, getting into it. Beef's the go. It's just fantastic.
My name's Bill Clark, I'm the butcher at Newcastle Waters. What I love about my job is the freedom to be creative in the butcher house. Yeah, we do basically 2 kilos a week. After we bring them from the paddock, we bring them in here through the rail system. This is a cow, she's in half. She's been hanging for over a week now. Cut it into quarters first up, we take the shoulder off. We'll do the chuck, dice it into stews, or we might make a rolled roast out of the chuck. And do the rib fillets and break the hindquarter down in the steak with your rumps. We have crumb steak every Friday. We do rolled roast with the chuck. Briskets are for Wolfman, yeah, he loves his brisket. Nothing goes to waste because we cut the bones up for dogs. We use all the offcuts for mince and sausages and burger patties. I think last year I made 2,500 kilos of sausages. Bit of a sausage whiz, yeah. Won the Sausage King at Catherine's show last year.
My name's Anna Cochran. I am the Station Support Manager here at Newcastle Waters. So we have about 45 to 50 people on staff here. That varies throughout the year depending on the season. We also have a range of contractors that we will bring in to help us do some of the things that we just don't have the manpower to do. So for example, grading our roads, or if we have extra mustering that we need to do. We have contract helicopter pilots. So sometimes we can serve dinner for 90 people on the station, but you know, in terms of our staff, core staff, it's about 45. The staff work long days, they're hard, physically hard days. You know, it's really important for us to provide, you know, a good accommodation, air conditioning and good food. And certainly the food, I think, is one thing that we really do well here. So CPC, actually one of their core values in our code of conduct is about that industry, being involved in industry, and it's really important to us because without industry we don't have a business. Locally here we work very closely with our Indigenous community. We have an incursion into the little school once a month. We take food, we've taken Play-Doh, we take horses they can ride. We've set up this year a community garden. We've planted fresh fruit and vegetables, we've got chickens, we're producing fresh food. I love the people and the variety, I think. It's really heartwarming. You get these young people that come in from the cities at the beginning of every year, and by the end of the year they have just transformed, and it's on a range of levels. They're, you know, physically transformed because the work is very physical. They're mentally transformed because they've been put in situations that they've never had to deal with before. And they're socially transformed because they're in such a good community living and working on the station. It's really unique. You cannot find a similar setup, I don't think, anywhere else than on a cattle station.
I'm Cooper Erdman. I'm a ringer here at Newcastle in one of the camps. An average day for me on the station, you know, usually waking up pretty early, having breakfast and then doing pre-starts. So we know what we're doing for the day and our risks and what to stay clear from. Fencing around the property, keeping up to date with them, making sure no fences are down so we're not getting cattle mixed up, and making sure our waters are right so all of our cattle have a decent amount of water, and feed too. Feed's a big thing. Got to keep them nice and fat and healthy. All I love about here is everyone knows each other, so everyone pretty well gets along, and it's good to do a good day's work and have a few jokes with your mates and have fun while you're doing it. Like, it's hard work, and you know, it's not for everyone, but it's quite fun while you do it.